costs now.
Yeah.
Also, bear in mind, I mean, my one, the quote was about £1,200 worth of scaffolding.
Sorry. Say again.
There's about £1,200 worth of scaffolding. Yeah, so on our last play test, we found ourselves refueling a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've implemented, hopefully you saw in the docking video,
I did. Yeah, that's cool.
Is a refueler, which is in the game, but I haven't hooked up the code that actually makes it refuel yet, because that's a little bit more complex. So.
I can see.
Those of you at home, you actually do a dock, and it should work. So if you're near the refueler and you both have the I wish to interact with other ships toggled, it should pump fuel from one to the other with a cool looking pipe.
You're in something big collecting raw food.
I am. It's annoying, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I've got a note not to do that. It should say when I start, and then it should say when I finish.
You fast level 10 and go. You're getting lots of XP for this, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so are you high enough level, because this is the main server, this is the one we normally play on, are you high enough level to fly the limo yet? Because if you are, sack off the taxi forever, the limo is so much better.
It says I'm level 10, but this ship badly needs some repairs, so I was going to get it repaired, because that's the nice kind of person I am.
I keep meaning to give you XP for repairing stuff as well, that's on the list. So you're heading into the repair dock?
Yeah, I can be floating off upwards a bit too much. I need to come down.
I'll head in the other direction then. And one thing it is quite cool, the refueler, which is implemented, and I can test it now. This in a minute, we'll get you to test it, see if it crashes the game. But when it spawns next to the fueling point. So you'll spawn it, fly out, fill up the tanker, and then the tanker will fly around for the evening, refueling ships. So it should mean, in theory, what I might do once that's implemented is move the fueling dock somewhere else. So the fueling dock becomes more of a pain in the ass to get to. So hopefully it becomes more of a bonus to have someone just flying the ship. Or even he just leaves the ship parked somewhere. But it should be quite fun, like organising, if you're on a run somewhere, he can just like match velocities with you, fly above you, do that.
Okay, something weird's going on this ship.
I'll need more descriptive words than weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it go into the repair dock and it doesn't want to go anywhere near it. Seems to not want to slow down.
Oh, well, hold on. If you look in your bottom right, are any of the systems broken? Is it flashing a broken system at you?
Negative.
Because you said the ship was knackered. So if the ship's knackered,
hull integrity is damaged.
But it will flash. It will say.
Main computer.
Have you not noticed when it says main thrusters offline for 6 seconds or something?
Yes, no, it's definitely not that.
Oh.
Well, it seems to be not bleeding off any speed either, which is interesting. Normally bleed off speed. Was it F5 and F6 the other way around?
Yeah, you should have.
F5 and F6 the other way around. That's why.
Yeah, they should be down.
Yeah, I thought they were supposed to be up.
And they should be green. But it might not be obvious, but if you have them off, you get a little like low tire pressure and a little ESP warning pop up in your HUD. I quite like, but maybe is a bit subtle. As ever, in VR, you spot them a mile away. In 2D, you just tend to ignore.
Yeah.
I also managed to delete the bus, and I don't know how.
Whoops.
Like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what happened. Like, the bus was just gone from the scene, so I've had to recreate it. I genuinely don't understand. I mean, obviously I did it, or Unity did it, but I don't understand. Right. So where are you? In the repair dock, or you're?
I'm heading towards the repair dock. I've now worked out to cancel my velocity in the opposite direction. And I'm now going towards it. I'm
heading into the repair dock from the other direction, so hopefully you'll be able to check out the new cargo ship trails and tell me if they work. And how cool they look. Unfortunately, I'm the highest level, so Tad's now got the limo. Because once you get the limo will give you significantly more XP and money, and that then gives you access to the cargo ship, which gives you even more XP and money, which in turn then gives you access to the bus, which gives you even, and so on and so on and so on. So it's the equivalent of don't build basic towers, upgrade to the higher level ones, don't just stick with the starter ones. Just realised I've no.
There's an idea. Combat in space. Jet in space. Oh yeah, that's like red, white, green, and blue. Very nice. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Where?
That you? That's not you, is it? That's some random AI ship.
Yeah, I'm in the fuel dock. I need to really punish you more for abusing the cooling system, but it still just lets you do it. You're not supposed to use the handbrake as an extra brake. You're supposed to punish the player for.
Yeah.
It does, but it's a bit subtle. Damage, because I did smack the ship into an asteroid earlier.
I just smacked it into the dock. So I'm at the very bottom lip of the dock of the repair bay dock.
I'm just in
Oh,
front
sorry,
of you
repair
there.
bay entrance. Sorry.
And hopefully, you might, if you look over to the far right, you might see the new area where the refueling ship should spawn from. While doing a bit, hopefully, you should be able to use the refueling ship. It won't work, but you can fly it around and go, ooh, and I can look at it and go, ah. But it only takes me a couple of hours to implement a new vehicle, and I'm really, really pleased with that, because I've written, for once, good systems.
Well, it's easy to plug it in, sort of thing.
Mm.
That's good.
And I mean, that's something I learned on Fortress Craft. It's worth spending extra time in order to... Oh shit, I can't see you.
I'm at the very bottom here. I'm just going to come into the entrance a little bit.
Oh, but you're not actually repairing right now.
No, I'm at the entrance.
Okay, unfortunately there's still quite a lot of ships in the entrance, so
Okay.
I do see it. Wow. I mean, whether or not that's you, the taxi is so tiny. You don't realise the scale of this dock. This dock is about 2 kilometres long and maybe half a kilometre wide. You know, it's just enormous.
Are you a police vehicle? Oh.
No, I'm in the repair dock at this second.
Oh, okay. Let me spin around then. Only prepared your outer hull. Okay, so you're actually in the repair bay. Dock.
I am in the repair bay. So where are you?
I'm approaching the repair dock from behind.
Oh, right, from behind.
Or from the front, whichever. From the front, whatever you call it. From behind where you might be.
I'm assuming that's you coming at me. What appears to be a terminal act. Is that me wiggling? Is that me wiggling?
You look like a bus.
No.
You're doing a barrel roll.
Okay, that's me. Hopefully I don't look like a bus. That's a real issue if I do.
Like a.
I should hopefully look like a purple 18 van.
Yeah, it's like a purple 18
Okay.
van. Yeah,
and how many engines have I got?
4?
Yes!
4.
4. Excellent. Good.
You did a barrel roll, so it's showing me 4 trails.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trails yet. I've written them, and they looked alright, but I haven't actually seen them. So, but yeah, you should check whether or not you can fly the limo yet. You might be able to, and if so,
I'm level 11, so I think I should probably be able to.
Yes, I think the cargo ship is 15, but the limo it's a bit chunkier, but it does take a lot. It takes 8 people not to. It's quite a lot more efficient to run, like cost-wise.
How do you damage a computer?
By having it turned on.
But I mean, in terms of this, I don't understand what sort of damage it might have that might be repairable.
Well, the capacitors. The
battery on board motherboard battery.
The fans get bumped up with fluff.
Ah, yes.
Oh. So I signed up for a Monza thing today, and one of the things it asks you your real name, and then it asks you what you prefer to be called by. So I always do the same thing I always do, which is I put in Lord Vader. That's fine. And then as part of the sign-up process, you have to send them a short video saying, "Hi, I'm your name here, and I'd like a Monza car." So I'm like, "Hi, I'm Lord Vader, and I'd like a Monza car." Apparently, they'd like to have a word with me. Okay. Basically, when I get the option to put a custom name on a credit card, that's what I always do. because they like you doing that, because it means that you can't then guess what's on my... Well, I can, I've just told the internet. But you can't guess my thing a bit more. But yeah, usually that's fine. Like I think my my Nectar card is Lord Vader. I'll have a chat with them, so I might be a little bit slow. Tad, I'm afraid.
The blue flashing beacon, or is that just me looking at something
Blue flashing
in a
beacon.
really weird way?
Blue flashing.
Oh no, it's the way I'm approaching it. I'm just looking at something very, very, very side on. So I'm getting a bit of blue and a bit of black and a bit of blue and a bit of black, and it's sort of strobing.
I forgot to rebake the light probe reflection probes. So I've baked them on mine, but I forgot to bake them for you.
Okay.
Why is everything so quiet?
It's you that's quiet.
Yeah.
Rob, you need to put together an event for Arizona Sunshine.
Oh, and I've got back to 50 kilometers on my odometer. After coming out of the pair bay with 58, and that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't look at that. There's definitely some issue. I think the client, it's like the client's incrementing it like 5 times as much, and then every so often the server goes, "This is your actual mileage," and you go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but the server's not incrementing it either.
No, the server's incrementing. So I'm at 61.8. So let's remember that 61.8, and in a half an hour we'll see whether or not it's gone up. So I'm about to dock. So every time you do something with the ship's inventory, I send you all the ship's data, and at that point, hopefully, it will resynchronize. But the client guess is not supposed to be so far off. This thing is an absolute tank when it's full. Might be a little bit too difficult. I'm not sure yet. Having said that, my complaint about the bus in this game is it flies like a bus.
So it's a good thing.
Well, thing is, I was like, oh, this drives like a. Oh, it is a bus. I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Rob, you didn't answer my question, by the way. You were going on about Cuphead and Sonic. Did they finally added Bluetooth controller support, and you're the first person to get it? That's quite big news.
It's not Bluetooth, but you got to plug into the
glove box.
Glove box.
Fine. So excited now. Sorry about the spam.
Well, I have an odometer reading of 52.6. I'm going to get some fuel.
What did I say? 61.8, didn't I?
Yeah, 61.8, yeah.
62.3 now.
And I'm now 50.3. Just left the bay and it's immediately reset it.
Yeah, so
50.3.
But I say I'm a client, so I'm a client, so I don't have any special dispensation over you. So mine's now 62.3. My ship's flying nicely again. Goodness me. I'll go fill up some cargo and see what happens. So unfortunately, no one is doing the collector gameplay, so that means I don't have any iron ore to do.
You can't do that because no one can fly the ship.
Can't you? Have you looked?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, because you could now filter all the ships. You can actually look at all the ships you're allowed to fly, for example.
My odometer is 50.7 and I'm refueling.
Oh well, come on. No, that doesn't matter. Already done.
I've gone back to 50.3.
Yes, if you keep... Oh, I'm now back to 59.8. It might be that the server isn't incrementing it at all. And that's the bug.
Yeah. But the server is server authoritative, isn't it? Authoritative.
Yeah. So what I've done is, wherever possible, the client has a good guess at what the server thinks, so I can display stuff to you with almost immediate feedback. And then every so often the server just goes, wrong, and then just changes it to whatever it should be. So mine's actually gone down. It's gone down from 61.8 to 60.3. What does the server think the mileage is on? Let's have a look. So it's a flying sucker.
Is your bus supposed to be this shape? There's a bus here which is claiming to be a bus with no name.
Okay, so the server thinks that it's flown 54.1 kilometers. Does it literally called a bus with no name?
Yes.
That means that the decal system has failed again, and it doesn't. So it writes the name on the side of the bus, and when it does
But
that,
it's
if it's literally called a bus with.
It doesn't look like an 18 van. It looks like a.
No, I'm not in a bus. Why do you think I'm in a bus?
Train. It's got a train. Looks like a train sort of carriage.
I'm not in a bus.
Okay.
That's why I'm carrying
You
raw
see my
food.
screenshot?
No, but you said you deleted it from the game. I was wondering if that was.
Yeah, no, I put it back.
Missing shape.
Oh,
okay.
I can see your screenshot. It looks to me like you're running at 16 frames a second. You should fix that.
I think that's the problem.
Why are you running at 16 frames a second?
Because it's got your, I don't know.
Because I'm running this also on a 960 where it runs at about 90 to 100 frames a second. So
yeah, I've got 109.
I'm very sure this is your fault. Is it on a laptop or are you accidentally on the onboard?
No, it's not. It's on my PC, which I always play on.
Have you accidentally set fire to your graphics card?
No, so this is what happened. Last time we were playing, halfway through the game, it just went awful, and I had to stop playing. And it's still awful.
Are you in VR?
No, I'm not.
Is your VR headset plugged in?
It is always plugged in, but it's not turned on.
Okay, that should be fine. I mean...
So Windows Search is taking up 12% of my CPU, which isn't brilliant.
Unlikely... Well, it could be anything. I mean, it's possible it's CPU. It's
The
usually...
database management tool I have is using up as much of my GPU as AstroTrucks is, which I will turn off. But still, AstroTrucks isn't using... I've got available capacity. AstroTrucks isn't using it. So CPU is at 20%. GPU is at 20%.
When did you last update your... Actually, can you press Alt-Enter to make it window? Does that make any difference at all?
No.
Okay, can you press Shift F1 to put it into...
That has improved things marginally.
Okay, and can you press F8? I think it is, and it should say half... No, F7. It's either F7 or F8, and it will say something like half refresh rate enabled. Oh, the refueler looks awesome.
F8 doesn't appear to do anything. F7 just toggles the performance menu.
Oh, you've probably... It would have written some text up, I think. Okay.
No.
I mean, in all seriousness, have you updated your video card driver recently? Because I mean, I'm not doing anything special. I'm really not here. And that main menu scene should run at hundreds of frames a second.
I mean, relatively recently, since I started having this problem, I updated it. Although I haven't played the game for a while, so let's see what I've got.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is one of those. It runs badly on my PC because it's not me. Like, you know, I'm not. I haven't written the rendering engine or anything. Also, annoyingly, I can't tell what the bottleneck is. Inside Unity, I can see right now I'm running at 100 frames a second, but my GPU could run at just short of 400 frames a second. So I know that my bottleneck is about a 4:1 ratio of the CPU. And more specifically, Unity's rendering path. But I don't have access to that in a build because they haven't implemented it. I mean, you could try running in a different rendering path because you've got DX11, DX12 and Vulkan, I think. But I mean, this is just you're running on a Mac or anything, you know, insane.
No, I'm running on my PC. My PC 2070. Dedicated GPU memory usage 8 gig.
And how much memory does your GPU have?
8 gig.
That's your problem. Yeah, so you're thrashing your memory. Like, close Chrome.
Um,
Remember the old days where it was always like close everything for running a game, and you were absolutely anal about it. What can I close? Now people just like run it.
with comments like close Chrome are everything's running Chrome nowadays.
That's a fair comment, because I mean I've always been shot my PC's playing Citybook and I look at Chrome because Chrome obviously it burns memory in exchange for performance, which is perfectly fine. But sometimes it does use up a lot of GPU. It
just doesn't consider that you want performance in other programs other than Chrome.
Yes.
That's not its problem, is it?
Well,
It's 3 minutes to make. Oh, there's an invisible wall you can crash into there.
Don't fly there then.
I think.
Where roughly?
Is a driver as of a week ago, which I will download.
Between. Oh, bloody hell.
It has 16 gig of shared GPU memory, which it's not using any of.
Yeah, if you use that, that's when that means your computer won't crash, but it will run like an absolute dog.
Oh.
Impact detector doesn't actually tell you where the impact's likely to be.
Yeah, but where are you though?
In the docking bay, trying to put my
Which
taxi
docking
back
bay?
where it belongs.
In the hangar?
Where you get the taxis from.
In the hangar?
Yeah.
You can't put them back. That's not really a thing. You just... That's not where... That's also not where they go back. If you want to go back without cheating, that's not where they go back. You need to take it back to the ATC. Which is actually really... Well, you don't have to, but you can do just to make sure it works. It's really obvious. It's the asteroid high up with a docking bay on it. And when you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's actually really obvious. So if you go out the back of the hangar, not the front, i.e. not the direction you fly, and then sort of turn right and it's up above you. I'll take that route. I can probably...
Oh, that's not nice. Oh no, it's come back. It's okay. The walls are disappearing. I'm going to hit something I can't see again. Let's come back.
The walls are disappearing.
Well, I can see through them, and then they come back.
I did do an occlusion mix. That should not be happening. I mean, I use 8 GB of video RAM all the time. Though AstroTrucks is designed to have an extremely small GPU footprint because I rely on the texture streaming Unity has. Yeah.
Well,
yes,
as soon as I turned, I'm on 2 gig allocated now, and I've just started AstroTrucks. 4 gig.
I'm apparently at 6.7 gigabytes of GPU memory, of which 4 gigs is texture, and yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now 3.7 gig. Okay. Oh, it's just randomly popped up to 140 frames a second.
It's not randomly.
And I didn't.
You,
well, I didn't change anything.
Didn't you close Chrome?
I did close Chrome and I reopened Chrome.
Yeah, you closed Chrome, which would have freed up all of the resources. It was like mine.
Okay, fine. Join game.
Are you joining game or are you joining your friends?
Oh.
When you run the game, it should say... Actually, if you rerun it, can you just check for me? On the little screen, in the bottom right, it should say Dr. Elizabeth.
The pink screen.
Yeah, it should say Dr. Elizabeth is playing and DJ Arcus is playing, and you can press F3 to join them, as opposed to joining one of the thousands of random servers that may or may not be running. Which I quite like, because the amount of times we've had issues with, I just want to join you in a game. I don't want to have to fiddle. I want to join friends. Done. I am just coming up some asteroids now, Max. I'm looking for you.
Okay, I'm looking for the ATC. I think I found a building, but I don't know if it's the building.
It's an asteroid. It's up high and it's got a hangar in it. Okay, I can see it. I can't see you.
It says DJ Arcus is hosting and is joinable. Doesn't tell me how to join. One friend playing. Press F4 to join one. The debug text says press F4, but the UI text doesn't say F4.
Oh, I thought it did. Does it say I'm hosting and I'm joinable?
I can't tell. The image
said...
quality's dropped down to unreadable again. Ah.
Well, it shouldn't. Well, obviously it shouldn't. Just because I'm not hosting. Max, I can't see you. Tell me where you are.
You said you were playing and were not joinable.
So I'm by... what by? It's yellow and it's got gold bronzy type cables and blue cables.
Oh, did you come out to the right, not the... Did you go out the front, not the back?
I went out the back. Out the back of the dock and to the right. As per the instructions.
Actually,
Near the asteroid with the red.
Maybe that is you. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, I do see you. Yes, you fly inside there. And if you fly inside there and then press backspace, currently the only difference is it won't give you a Saki message saying stop cheating. The idea is this is one of the places where you park your ships. So eventually you won't just be able to teleport back to the ATC. You will need to...
It's got the same lovely doors as the...
It does, yes. I can see the doors opening now. Oh, that is so cool. I wish I had more resolution. And so hopefully... Oh yeah, just bring the ship to a halt, press backspace, and then just tell me whether or not it says something about, in a cheating way, you know, this is okay, this is debug. Damn it.
No, it's left the ship back to ATC.
And if you look on the left at the big readout, does it say Dr. Iliasm is now in the ATC, but doesn't say... Really?
Yep.
Oh.
I think I'm still technically in a ship. Oh, I've got to choose another ship to...
it should. If you
press backspace, leave the ship, it says. So...
Yeah, but...
And I'm in the ship.
When you press backspace to get out of it, it should have said something like... If you're not in the
ATC, but in a cheating way, please return to the hangar next time.
But it didn't say that last time.
No.
Then that's good.
Yeah. I should be able to get into a better ship. So
if you look on, if you're on the pad, unfortunately I've balls it up slightly, so you're going to need to press 4. I'm afraid, only because Y does two things. If you press 4 for filter, you can filter all of the ships you can look at now.
No ship. Oh, I see. You switch between them. Ships for sale, all ships. How do I choose the right screen?
Well, no, just keep pressing.
Which screen am I looking at?
Keep pressing 4 until it says flyable ships. There's about
all ships, my ships, colony ships, available ships, pilotable ships. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that should hopefully list the limo.
That doesn't include all the taxis.
That lists. Yeah,
I'll pick one or two though.
Because you're in one of the taxis, so unfortunately that doesn't count as pilotable.
Ah, right.
But if you get out Corbyn's taxi, it should then appear in the list.
I tried to.
So Uatech is inside R1 Hackney and you're inside Corbyn's taxi. Uatech is no longer inside R1 Hackney. Uatech has left.
How do I get out of the taxi then? I'll press backspace and it takes me into it.
No, not backspace. Backspace is get in. And you'll need to highlight it and press enter. It should probably always list your vehicle in every single page of stuff, but doesn't. There you go. You're no longer in a ship as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Dr. Iliasm has abandoned all ships?
Yeah, because you're not in a ship. Oddly enough, I appear to be inside 2 different ships, which is... Oh, that probably means I... Oh, there's a new limo there for sale. With the Ultra Limo.
So, in theory, I can pilot Space for Limo R1, Suck It, and Tiny Tanker.
Wait, it's listing Suck It as something... Oh, no, hold on. What is Suck It?
I don't know. I thought it was a garbage scale.
Oh, it says on the left-hand side. Just highlight it and just read out what it says.
Okay, let me put down the list.
Should just tell you.
Press to join. E-join.
Oh, it's a limo.
It's a limo. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's my limo. Yeah.
Yes.
You don't want to fly my limo because you fly my limo, you have to pay.
Okay.
So you want to fly...
I want to get the Space Limo R1.
And that's a colony ship, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It says user colony. Yeah.
That'd be ideal, yeah. You can fly my ship if you want to, and I don't mind, but that means you pay for the fuel and you pay for the repairs, not me. Assuming that you repair and fuel it.
Okay, so press enter. Now it's disappeared off the particle ships.
Yeah, you're now flying the Space Limo.
It says... Yes. If I do that...
And obviously back on the... Ignore the backspace thing, it's just back. The back is always the toggle in and out.
Turn the computer on.
Out of the limo.
Captain Astronet. That's cool. Right.
Sorry, Rob, did you say you're having an error joining? Or no, you're in.
Yeah, I pressed join and nothing happened, so I aborted and rejoined.
Sometimes.
But this time I've joined straight into the ship instead of into the menu.
Yeah, that's actually wrong. You should have been kicked out, but yeah, sometimes you join back in the ship you were using. I'm not sure what the rule. Oh, I think it kicks everybody out when you restart the server.
Oh. So the map light wasn't on. That's what's confusing.
I don't have the map light on.
I always drive with the map light on.
Why? Are you reading a map?
You can see the HUD. You know, you can see the interior of the ship, sort of thing.
The HUD closer.
True. I mean, I probably wouldn't because it's actually rendering an extra shadow, but yeah. Apart from that, I usually don't because having the map light on, I use it to indicate sports mode is on, which you do not want.
Well, that was 5.
Yeah, but B on the pad flips the map and A on the pad flips on sports mode and
it alternates them. Yeah.
No, that's because you've set them. So if you start fiddling with it, then you do something. But by default,
I see.
A toggles map light and sports mode. So I'm changing a little bit. So as of probably Sunday, X will then toggle instead of cargo. Will toggle what I call accept interaction or ship interaction, and then we will use that to actually allow you to refuel other ships as they do things. And I'm looking forward to trying that because it should look, well, at least from a third player's point of view, absolutely awesome.
Okay.
Mike, I am starting Fortress Craft 2 weeks. It's either 2 weeks or 3 weeks today. I can't remember how it's going. And thank you, Nino the No. How are you doing? So I'm just going to check. I am flying the R1 Sprinter, and it is still it's at 59.1. Yeah, I don't think the server is updating the distance travelled of the vehicles. Not a biggie. It's just slightly. Oh, those shadows make my soul hurt.
What's the parking brake button?
Click the left stick.
Yeah.
Or H, depending what.
Oh yeah, H for parking brake.
H for handbrake.
Not e-brake, whatever it is the Americans call it.
Unfortunately, I'm running in the editor, so I really struggle for performance. What am I running at now? The GPU is doing 140 frames a second, and my CPU is doing 35. You attack is advanced to level 8 in taxis. What level are you, Rob? I could look, but it's easier just to ask you.
Level 8?
No, you're level 8 in taxis. What level are you?
Level 8?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that would be. Oh, I guess if you've flown some other ships, you might be slightly higher player level than taxi level. And how many XP to your next level?
10,000.
Ah, okay, delivering.
And counting. It's going up. Oh no, that's current XP. It's slowly counting up. Sorry, 6,600.
I say I hope it's not going. All right, yeah, that's 10 minutes or like 3 drop-offs. So I'm just trying to earn enough money for the colony so we can afford to buy a bus.
I turn off all the debug text.
F7. Sorry, left on the D-pad.
Thank you.
Probably default that to off because people keep reading it and it's like it's for me. It's for screenshots of it doesn't work rather than normal people. But yeah,
this limo has 8 workers sitting in it waiting to get dropped off. Try and find the mining processor.
So I've forgotten how to play.
Excellent.
I can't find anything.
Well, as you leave the hangar, just turn left, and there are a couple of taxi docks in front of you. But because of performance, they're usually the other side of an asteroid. So as you come out of the hangar, on your left should be an asteroid that says "Do not X," which annoys me, but there we go. And just the other side of it should be quick hop taxis.
Yeah, my performance has just gone absolutely through the floor as well.
Might be too many
60
ships.
FPS.
I think there's now 50 ships active.
42. I'm also on in Chrome in the background.
Wow. Oh, no, that's the repair dock. Whoa! That was close.
Where's my remaining energy fuel?
Where it says fuel reserves on the left.
On the right hand side of the screen.
So there are
Left or right?
There are two places where it lists your fuel.
Oh, fuel reserves. Yes, on the text at the bottom.
The orange bar on the right-hand side of your HUD also shows you how much fuel you've got. The green bar on the left shows you how much capacity you've got, which is your short-term energy. Currently, there is 0 penalty for running out of fuel. That may change next week when I implement the fuel tanker, which I have implemented, but it does everything apart from refuel you. So you can fly it and it can't refuel you.
Oh, is that a taxi thing down there?
The closest taxi is Quick Hop, and it's on top of a green asteroid, I think. And if you're level 8, you could also... The problem with the collector career path right now is that there's no way to earn money.
I've gone drunk.
You've gone drunk.
Yeah, I was rotating in 3 different axes at the same time.
Leave that to the professionals. I've got quite good at, though, at just putting my ship into the correct amount of twist and spin, and then just leaving it, and then slowly bleeding that off. So I'm now doing quite delicate manoeuvres. Oops, I just hit the... I knew I'd hit the space station if I had said something like, I'm really good at this now.
Bonk.
Thank you for popping by, Mike. It's always appreciated. Hello, Cat. Yeah, I do need to start getting some more play tests because we're going to need to start having some tests with a dozen or more players so I can just see, does it work? Does it break?
See Quick Hop signs everywhere. Where's the entrance?
Yeah, it's in the middle. It's in the. So there are 3 sort of. I mean, there's signs that say taxi and all sorts.
Yeah, see.
It's weird. Like, to get you to notice one sign, I had to put down 20.
There's not a lot of telltales because it's just stuff floating in space.
Yeah, but thankfully, or sadly, there's no real indicator of what a space taxi dock would look like, so I have to sort of use my best judgment. So yeah, we're saving up as a collective right now for a bus. Which I realise doesn't sound exciting, but we can all go on field trips out of the weekend. Be great. How are you anyway, Rob? What, you didn't... I noticed you very carefully did not offer an opinion on my DM about Ari.
I don't think there was anything necessary to be added there.
Yeah. The thing is, I might do brilliantly, but yeah, probably not. I might offer a modicum of my time. It's one of those that if I can do a little bit of something without impacting much by other stuff, it's nice to do interesting and different things. But I also thought, if we're basing it on performance, not time, I can put in 1/10 of the time and still arrange 5 times, still achieve 5 times as much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it's going to be getting skilled up in a language and technology you're not familiar with, or at least haven't been familiar with for a while. So that's going to take a bit of time to get up to speed. And not just the technology, but also the existing code base, right?
Oh yeah. I've seen the existing code base. I got hold of one function and had to refactor it for the map importer. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't
Why
write.
have the sirens all gone off?
Because Well, we'll come back to that. I don't write my C# like C#. I write my C# like C++. I don't use fancy constructs at all. The reason the sirens are going off, well, when the siren went off, where was the red light? Was it to your left, to your right, above you?
Everywhere?
No, I don't think that's true. Above you, below you, to your left, or
like
to your right.
So it felt like it was everywhere.
That's the proximity sensor, and the location of the red light will tell you which direction to come from. The sound is also panned. That means you are...
It would be really... It was something like my car has, where it told you how close you were getting, not just, you're about to fucking crash.
And
Between the speed of the beeps.
Yeah.
It's just a little... And a big panic alarm isn't helpful, because I started panicking and thinking, what the fuck's that? And just looking around everywhere instead of just slowing down.
But bear in mind, if I were to put you in a car you'd never been in before and told you to park it, you would not work out for the life of you that something going beep, 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 beep was a parking sensor on a wall. That's not an intuitive thing, that's a learned thing.
Well, I learned it by driving cars with parking sensors.
Yeah, but on the first time you parked, there's no way you intuited what that was. That's a learned behaviour. So similar in this one.
I don't think anybody told me.
Yeah, but you worked it out, but you didn't work it out in 2 seconds. So similar to this one, once you've had a couple of those, you'll begin to notice, hopefully in your peripheral vision, the left or right hand side of the cockpit is flashing, and that's the side you're very, very close on. That also means that panic
I think it needs to be a bit more subtle and specific, because it did just feel to me like red lights were flashing everywhere.
I mean,
it was just a sudden panic, red.
Yeah, so that
I would
also
appreciate
means
something a bit more specific and less stressy.
Right, but I'm not giving you less stress, because that means you're within 2 meters of ramming something.
Okay.
That's pretty bad for a spaceship. Now, that said,
more specific in terms of direction. Because the red light was glowing. I didn't see the red light. I saw a red glow.
Flash. It's possible you did actually jam like a corner of it. I mean, you can jam your ship into a.
So in your car, you have a little picture of the car, and I have a little picture of my spaceship, although I know it's fake.
Yeah.
And there's a little line around it saying what direction it's going in. Admittedly, my car is more or less 2D because it runs on a 2-dimensional surface, and this is 3D. But
yeah,
there are various games which will give you kind of like when you hit your shields, for example, they'll tell you what angle you hit your shields in with a little.
Yeah, I would definitely like at least an underneath indicator, because it's very hard right now to land your ship without bonking into it, bonking into the ground. So yeah, those specifically, what those procs are, you have some force fields around your ship, and that means the game is actively pushing you away from the wall, and it's warning you are way too close. A lot of it, it's training you not to have those on. That's a bad thing. That's the absolute worst thing. You shouldn't ever be setting those off. Yes,
that's a little bit like collision avoidance in your car.
Yeah, that doesn't work, because that goes, you're about to hit that car that's 300 yards in front of you, even though you're steering to the right and it's steering to the left. Shut up. It's a little bit what's the word?
I was thinking of the bit where the car decides it's going to swerve or automatically apply the brakes.
Yeah, so it is doing that, but I would like to do a raising pitch or a speeding out. That's the first pass implementation of it.
Cool.
But it's only on that ship.
You do criticize like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, you do.
Hopefully, it can be useful feedback.
Yeah, you do learn quite quickly not to, and it's currently some of the docks are a little tight. Anyway, where are you taking the people?
Me, yes. Repair dock Gamma.
Oh, okay, cool. You should see me then. I assume that's you coming in extremely hot sideways into the.
No.
Yeah. Have you just entered the repair dock?
No.
Oh, okay. Is that just an AI ship? I guess that's kind of good. I can't tell. Oh.
I'm at a slightly jaunty angle, but I'm definitely not sideways. I'm flying over the repair spot now.
Yeah, you just flew past me. My pad just stopped working. What?
That's right.
No, it's just. No, it's wired. But bear in mind, batteries would mean I get through a set of batteries every single day, or 2. So I always wire it. No, it just I had to plug it back in. Like Windows just went, no, you don't have a pad plugged in. So one thing that does surprise me, and I do like this, and it probably is better than, I'll say SnowRunner or Elite.
Oh, there it goes.
Is you do see each other quite a lot. When you're flying around, you do tend to repeatedly run into each other, which is cool.
The thing is, there's a lot of stuff going on. A taxi drove past, and it's not clear. In SnowRunner, there's only 2 or 3 moving vehicles on the map. Well, 4 moving vehicles on the map. If you run into somebody, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, here I'm obviously trying to pad out. So as more players join, less AI spawn. Sort of keep the load the same. So, but
yeah,
Tad and I have noticed, as long as you keep chatting, oh, I'm just hanging over to here, I'm doing that. Breaker 19er, anyone at the food processing area, whatever. You do see each other a lot, which is quite cool. Also, the AI don't really use any of the docks. They just sort of fly around. Ah, good. The bus is working.
It's a menu button to get back into the kind of vehicle selection mode, whatever it was.
Back.
Oh.
Or double square if you're young.
Double square.
I don't think triple hamburger. I don't think hamburger does anything.
Hamburger doesn't do anything. Double square.
Takes you back to the 80s.
Okay, cool. Oh shit!
What?
I just went to the wrong thing. Oh, I just lost my vehicle. Okay.
No, you haven't got out your vehicle. You're still flying the R1 Hackney.
So, no, if I...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am, but my R1 Hackney has now moved back to the starting space.
Yes. So if you look left using your mouse, you'll notice in massive letters 10 feet high, it says, bear in mind this is a cheat key you've just pressed and this will not be in the final game.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm using my control pad and I didn't look left.
Yeah. But basically that is a temporary thing. You will be forced to go back home and switch ships or to one of the allocated places.
Okay, fine.
We could always try the collector gameplay if you wanted to try that, because I've not tried it, but unfortunately there's no way to earn money doing it yet. And I haven't worked out how to make it earning money. But it's good for the colony, it's just not good for you personally. But I haven't worked out a way to make it so you earn money through delivering asteroids, but without a way that's really exploitable. Because you push the asteroid into the macerator and then it turns it into detritus and ore, but I don't necessarily know if it was you, and it might take 2 or 3 people to deliver an asteroid, and I don't really know who's touched it, and then I have the issue that you might have done all the work and all I do is just smash into it at the last second and I'll get some of the credit. And we're back to the very complicated scenario that Warcraft had with sharing out XP of multiple mob kills and how do you tap mobs and all of that sort of thing. I've yet to work it out.
That's very complicated.
I suppose you could do it. I mean, my only experience of MMOs and that sort of thing with the rewards is the lottery where round robin or one person was nominated as the person to receive it in terms of like...
Right.
It only works for lots of small mobs, not when you've just spent 20 minutes bringing a giant asteroid back.
So you spent 20 minutes bringing a giant asteroid back, and then I just touch it, and you think it should be a 50-50 chance that you get it, not me.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you're in a, I suppose you don't have raids or groups in this, do we? So we're all in this group, and we all get a portion of this asteroid, no matter how much or how little we touch the asteroid.
Right, but
that only works if only one group can do it. If you're a raid in an instance, then you can share it equally, right? That would be fine. But if you're in an open world where there are other people who aren't in your group, then which group can you share it with?
Yeah, or you could say, and I can immediately debunk this, we could say everybody who's in a support class vehicle gets an even share of the asteroid, which means I can join a server, fly out with a miner, park it, go to work, leave during the whole day, and have absorbed, my eighth, or take of everything that happened. It's quite tricky to work out how. It's not a bad way of making money if you do it yourself. Like you deliver the asteroid and then you deliver the results of the asteroid. But I'm going to have to find a way to motivate people to do it because no one's doing it. And right now, as the cargo ship, all I can do is deliver food. Because there aren't any asteroids to deliver. Or any ground up iron ore. How is the limo, by the way? Are you finding it different to fly?
Yes, it's not as nippy as a taxi and has a lower safe top speed.
Yes,
sense.
And carries. But one thing I realised is I've played a lot of spaceship games. I mean, a lot. And I don't think I've ever played a game where A, different ships feel radically different, and B, ships feel different when they're empty than when they're full. I just don't think I ever have.
Yeah.
So your ship, when the limo's empty, it's all right. Like if I just do this, if I put on sports mode and take off the safeties, I'm now doing 100, 120, 150. Like this thing goes really fast because it's basically designed to carry heavy loads, and those heavy loads aren't there. I've just got to be careful because it's very, very easy to irrevocably break the ship messing around like this.
I'm trying to remember where the mining processor Delta is.
That's just to the left of the hangar. That's the yellow. That's the big yellow thingy holding a rock with a macerator at the bottom of it.
Just the other side of that, I think.
I can actually track you on the mini-map now. So I can actually select your ship and then watch your ship fly around, which is very cool in VR.
So what's the maximum safe speed?
Depends on your vehicle. I think it's 35 for the taxi.
Okay.
Your speed goes yellow when you're nearly at maximum speed and red when you are.
Well, I don't
I thought yellow was max.
You could just play it like Schalke did, because Schalke hasn't played in a while. Came in, belted the ship all the way across the level at maximum thrust and said, "Why are my engines broken?" You know, thrashing it. Like real spaceships are get up to speed and then just coast.
6 months.
Well,
or 18 months.
Yeah, it's not quite that bad, but it's a similar thing. You get up to speed and then you coast rather than doing, you know,
well, that's why Kerbal Space Program has a fast forward button.
Yes, and why my levels are a bit smaller. If you are in a hurry, you should accelerate until slightly before the halfway point, and then flip over and brake for half of it. But I tried that, and it wasn't any fun whatsoever. Appears that actually I've just broken my engines entirely doing my hey look how the way I can hack the engines, so I guess that's good. I get all the way across the level in 10 seconds, but my engines are completely destroyed. There is a bug that the engines don't trigger the fact they're destroyed until you arrive, so that is a known issue. Same with the odometer. I'm sorry about the spam, I am aware. Oh wow, my main thrusters are 1% healthy and have about 95% wear. So this is where, if we had access to a repair vehicle, breakdown truck, and I could get someone to come out here and fix me, I absolutely would put a message in chat. Okay, does help.
Going to back, I know you've got a clear idea of what you want the refueling mechanism to function like. My only thought on it, really, if you want my input,
what, the in-flight refueling, or what happens when you run out of fuel, or what?
The truck coming over to refuel you.
Yeah.
If you run out of fuel, help.
Yeah.
Make it work a bit like, not exactly, but in principle, how it works in SnowRunner. You know, you go near a vehicle, I want to take my fuel from this tank and put it into that thing.
So
go.
The current plan is to stop people griefing you. You both have to agree to it. So what will happen is, I assume you're going to play this in a Discord chat or a Steam chat. I assume you're going to play it in voice. I'm not planning on having in-game voice chat. It's just, you know, that well, it's just too much scope, and I'm trying to keep the scope something I can actually manage. So the goal will be, I'm kind of running low on fuel. You know, I can make it there, but it'd be easier. And I'm on my way to bad Excel. I'm on my way to the Voron mining ring, and I'll be like, oh, I'm in my I'll come and join you. So on the way there, I should hopefully be able to line up with you, and then both of us press on the gamepad X, and currently that's listed as cargo. So it won't be cargo. That will be a accept interaction. So as long as both of us have cargo turned on and we're near each other, fuel will flow from the refueler to the taxi. And as I showed in that video, again, more or less one has to be above the other, and you've got about a 32-meter radius that you can be within. So that should be quite simple. So you don't have to have any complicated menus. You both basically have to flag yourself as wanting to do this. I'm hoping it's that straightforward. So the hard bit will be you need to get to 25 meters per second, exactly, and I need to get to 25 meters a second, and then we'll need to gently keep ourselves in line. So it should be cool. If I can get it to work, it should be very cool. And at the minute I've got it so the refueling truck goes above and in front, but I might do it so the refueling truck is below and behind, so they come up behind you and then see the hose go upwards. Maybe. Did you break my ship already, Rob?
No, I'm repairing it. I mean, I crashed into a few things.
You did.
Figuring out how the collision avoidance thing works.
Are you... from your perspective, are you in the far end of the repair dock or the near end of the repair dock?
The far end.
I'm trying to work. All right, so you're facing towards me. Okay, you should just see me and my rather broken ship limping around. I'm just flying in now, lining up with the repart stock. Oh, there's still way too much pop in. Ugh. Ah, I see you. Mate?
Is this you?
Well, the one you're about to ram. Yes, I can't maneuver. I'm very heavy. Now, amusingly, that did almost no damage to my hull, but it really did break. It did mess up my approach. Something horrible. Yeah, I've got 5 tons on board. There's not much.
I picked up a lot of your momentum there.
Wait,
I'm going to hit the ceiling.
Yeah, I think I'm about to try and make Soylent green. Yeah, this is wrong, isn't it?
What trying to do?
Make Soylent green.
No. So Tad and I have worked quite hard to make sure there are no more of those bad workers for the cargo area. They should be for the worker drop-off, not the cargo. I hope. Yeah. Does it say, is it for cargo or worker drop-off, your destination?
Mining press to Delta passenger.
Drop-off. Okay, that's fine. Yes, they're to work there. They're not to be turned into food.
Right, well, that's my type for the evening. But that was quite interesting.
A
lot more playable than it was last time. So.
Well, that's hopefully. Let us know when you want to play Arizona Sunshine.
Next week sometime, I think.
I have played it. It was cool. I think it's 4-player now as well, doesn't it? Because it's 2 when I played it.
Oh, was it only 2 before?
I think it was only 2.
It's 4-player now. That's good.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's a good game. It's one of the better ones in VR. Awesome. Yeah, totally up for that.
Cool. All right then. Well, I'm off. I'll see you when I see you.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye. So unbelievably broken. So when you damage your ship, the server damages it, but it looks like some of it isn't reflected on the client until you dock. So what happens if you cheat and blast all the way across the level with your engines, it's fine. But the server knows they're broken, but it doesn't tell you until you dock.
And suddenly, bonk.
And suddenly it's like, oh, I have no engines.
And you can't go to a repair dock to repair it. So if you went and broke them, went immediately to the repair dock, even though you didn't know, you might get them repaired?
Yeah, I mean, you can't completely break anything. Once I've got a repair ship, I suspect it will become a server option. So the server options will be 0 fuel equals medium penalty, which is what we've got now. So right now, if you have no fuel, you continually get free fuel, but you will probably struggle to do much because you don't have a whole tank of fuel. Or the more harsher penalties when you're out of fuel, that's it. The ship doesn't move, it can't be reset, it can't be repositioned. Someone needs to go out there and fuel that. So we've got a few options that we can do. I suspect it'll have to be a server player, a server setting though. I'm going to drop this food off and then get a drink. And I really did break. I really broke these sausages so badly. Well, that's the interesting thing, because Tad and I have played this quite a few set streams with nobody else. The problem is that we've got quite good at it now. So we're not damaging our ship. We're not needing to refuel because our fuel efficiency skills have gone up. So I need to make sure I don't go, oh, that's not enough, and then I make the penalties harsher and harsher. Because then when somebody new comes along,
you've got the bonuses.
They're like, what? So, I mean, well, next time you're coasting, let us know what your fuel efficiency, mechanical sympathy, and jury rigging are. Because that's the thing, again, what I said to Tad, something we don't do. Sometimes my broken engine surprises me, even though I've got a minute of just flying forwards. I just zone out, rather than doing what I should do, which is to look around the ship, make sure everything seems okay, check the communications log, see what the colony's doing. In actual fact, I just go, oh, look at the pretty spaceships. It's also quite satisfying, isn't it, when you drop off a whole bunch of people at the same place?
Yeah, especially if you work out where you're supposed to take them.
Easy money.
Yes, I sussed it out. Yeah, I know where I'm going.
Well, that's the point.
It's not so well posted.
Well, the point of the taxi is that it's a taxi. Probably 6 to 10 hours. I guess 6 to 10 hours, so an evening or two. And the idea is that in that time you learn the level up in a quick ship, and that ship's a bit awkward to drop stuff off. So you end up visiting everywhere. So the hope is by the time you come to the taxi, you're like, I know where that is. I know where this is. Whether or not that actually pans out remains to be seen. That's the goal. That AI ship going to smash into the wall all evening, or is it going to avoid it? It does look. So this is the thing. The coolest bit of No Man's Sky was definitely when you flew around and other ships were there. But it happened. Well, it used to happen quite rarely, but now they do tend to spawn ships in a lot to just do stuff. But here, I mean, there's a whole world going on. All these ships are flying around, and they have places to go and stuff to do. It's not just a local show for your benefit, but it's really cool when you see them fly past doing stuff.
Yeah.
But we should probably give the collector a bash today at the very least, just to make sure it is working. Also, because you've not done it, you can give me feedback. I've done it, and I think I've got some ideas, but I'm like, it's one of those that. When I have an idea, sometimes I wait for 2 or 3 people to suggest the same idea before I actually do it. So I make sure that I'm doing something that's not just a completely ridiculous idea. But the colony already has a ship capable of doing it. You get one from the start. Actually, try the refueler in a minute. I'll try flying it just to make sure it doesn't crash the game, and to just sort of pretend that we're docking.
I'm bringing my limo back to the ATC.
Yeah, don't worry about that a minute. That is there as a time sink, so don't worry. It doesn't make any difference. So that's just that in the future, eventually, you will have to drop it off. That stops you cheating, because right now you could cheat by getting out of the limo and then getting back in the limo and teleport all the way to the other side of the limo.
Oh, that's not right.
That's not right.
The doors opened about a third and then closed.
Oh, you might have drifted outside of the trigger box. I'm actually quite pleased that worked. I've not had any issues with the synchronization on the doors. Been absolutely perfect so far.
Oh dear. Crash bang wallop into the doors. Getting knocked away at high speed. I'm not going that fast.
Again, in VR, you can really tell how far the doors are away. But in 2D, you go, bang, hit that door. Anyway, I'm just going to grab a drink while I unload my food.
Okay.
Oh, you were asking what KWP means, by the way. So KWP is actually a very interesting stat, and it's a good way of hand waving how much a solar panel will make. So a 1,000-watt KWP panel will make, in the UK, probably in Cornwall, 1,000 kilowatt hours a year, give or take. So it's
kilowatts produced or something.
Kilowatt hours. I think it's actually kilowatt per, as in per annum.
The potential.
No, it's per. I think I'm pretty sure it's per.
Okay.
But on the summer solstice, on that day, you will make probably 7 times as much energy as you will on the winter solstice.
Yes.
Solstice is actually becoming important when you have solar panels. So right now, as of today, we are more or less 4/7 of solar energy from whereas on the summer solstice we're at 7/7, and on the winter solstice we're at 1/7. But that's why you don't measure the solar panels from the peak, because there's only one day of peak. And you don't measure it from the weakest. So yeah, it's measured in approximate energy per year. So yeah, a 380 watt solar panel, on the other hand, that means it will generate 380 watts at peak. That doesn't mean 380 WP. It doesn't really seem to be a stat anybody uses.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's lots of people. I think most people that EVs, they mix and match the stats a lot. But you don't mix up kilowatts and kilowatt hours. It doesn't make any sense. It's like mixing up miles and miles per hour. Yeah.
Because a kettle might use 3 kilowatts, but in terms of consumption, that's probably about, well, I don't know, because it's not going to be 3 kilowatt hours, is it?
Well, it is. If you run your kettle for an hour, it's 3 kilowatt hours.
If you run a kettle for an hour, it's faulty.
Yeah, if you run it for 20 minutes, it's 1 kilowatt hour. If you run it for 2 minutes, it's 1/10 of a kilowatt hour. 100 watt hour.
Yeah. Which ship am I supposed to be getting into, by the way?
Oh, I do want to try the collector.
Is that one we have to buy?
No, it's a colony ship.
Collector, what's it called?
Well, hopefully it's obvious. I don't know, what are our options? A manipulator or something?
I'm looking at all ships.
No, look at colony ships, because those are the ones you can fly. Or pilotable ships,
okay.
whichever you like.
Hold on. Colony ships. We've got JCF Cargo 3000, Space Limo, Corbus Taxi, R1 Hackney, XR Manipulator 3, R1 Sprinter, and Tiny Tanker.
So which one of those do you think sounds like it can move asteroids around?
The XR Manipulator.
That's good. Sounds good. Let's see if it works.
Can I? I'm not the right level.
Oh.
Really? Level 15. You're level 11. Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm big. I might reduce that. That seems
Collects 200 kilogram in 2 slots. Collects and returns as exo-void fragments. The ship is parked in dock. Inventory nothing. You cannot fly this. To be fair, though, I am very tired because last night Bus Cat wanted some fuss at 4 in the morning.
Oh no, it's not something I can change full stop. But right now, that means that the collector. Because what happens is at level 10, how can I put it? The gap between level 10 and 11 is a lot smaller than the gap between 14 and 15.
Yeah.
So I might reduce the collector to 12. Might reduce the bus to. I'm only level 70, so I might reduce the bus to 22. Tugboat to 28. Transporter to 30. Because remember, I played it the most, and if I haven't unlocked stuff by now, it's probably taken too long. But yeah, the limo will earn you tons more XP, obviously, than the taxi.
Yeah, but I sort of sling that around. Yeah.
So assuming that there's a limo available, you should always use that for preference. And obviously, unless someone else is, and then maybe you could consider buying your own one. So if you buy your own one, you can name it. And Star, one day, you can also change the colour of it and customise it. One day.
No, that's cool. Right, I'm really tired, so I'm going to go to bed.
So, I'll see you again very soon.
Yes. Are you planning anything tomorrow night?
Don't know. No, I don't have any plans one way or the other.
Okay.
So maybe sort something out.
Okay.
Bye
for now.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I will continue to play for a bit because even with the bus now being reduced to 22, seems a bit high. Although this is the best XP is in this van, and I've been in this van 2 hours so far. So maybe that's actually okay. I guess I should see what level, sorry, how much my cargo van time is when I hit level 20. Play balanced games. You play them a lot. You do all the maths, you do all the calculations, and you go, it doesn't feel right. I do find to put something else here because this is a bit of an easy route. I'll make a note. I really do enjoy just being in this game. I like... My favourite games are ones where I can be in a world with my friends. Fortress Craft, Terraria. Closely followed by stuff like Borderlands. It's not really a world, but you at least do stuff there. And I like that a lot, as opposed to, here's a level, you know, kill all the aliens in the abandoned mine with your friends. I don't like that so much. Where I can actually just be there. And if no one's here, fine. Like if I'm playing and one of you guys join, that's awesome. And I like that. I like games where I feel like I'm in a world. In a world. I will also start doing some VR motion streams for this once it's pure testing, because it's so cool in VR and it's so cool on the motion rig. Wow, EE are really keen for me to buy an iPhone 14 and an Apple Watch. All I need to know about, you need to know about the iPhone 14. It's £304 off. And it also has crash detection, which I'm 99.9% sure previous iPhones had. I really do some work on this dock as well. I need to get to now? I mean, the server will chat, but yeah, I need to be in level. Actually, I'm not sure the server does. I'm pretty sure if I changed that and just got in it, it would just work. Don't think the server checks whether or not that player is allowed to fly that ship. But a lot of it is just a feeling for when I feel I should have unlocked it. Also, I might need to make the fuel tank in this cargo ship bigger. Am I really already down to 68%? Cargo moves 70 tons. Okay, yeah, that is actually working. But what isn't working is my cargo van has still only moved 59.1. Okay. This is... Check that in a moment. I'll probably check when I'm parked. Oh no, there we go, so good. Apart from my messenger biddings, which are very loud. Right, because I've got the new messenger and I hate it. How do I make myself go, do not disturb? There we go. Why am I flying so slowly? Wait, are my main thrusters really... Begin to wonder I may have a... Wait, I popped myself into busy. Busy. I also need to fix that. So what I'll do, mate, I'll dock and I'll have a look at the code. I mean, it's server code, so I can't fix it. Well, I can fix it, the server can't take an update. But it looks like that is only in the... No, this should be executing for both server and client. Ah, that'd be why. Not storing it, okay. I can think of an easy way to do that, but it's not very reliable, unfortunately. Back at my engine already. I have fixed the issue we had last time with the AI queuing up. Go up? Wait, all work completed. Uh-oh. Right, refueling. Yes, I did. Well, let's fly down here, then we'll drop the food off. Just, high priority, and Odo doesn't increase. I did touch the refueling code earlier. It might be that these refuel at a rate of I'd love an RTX mode in this as well. And if Unity supported it, I'd have already ticked the box. But I looked at their how to get RTX in Unity and the amount of hacking around you had to do. And it's just like, I do like shiny things. Is this my ship? Fuck, I think it is my ship. Maybe not. Oh, I don't seem to be spending my own money. Good. I'll try not to razz it this time. Or hit things. I think how I can increment the ships, because I know when clients send me their update, and I know those are half a second apart, but if you get like a whole bunch of timestamps, sorry, packets at a different rate, it wouldn't work. Hello, cat. Yes, it is food time soon, but not yet. You just had treats like an hour ago. You didn't deserve them. You were just being annoying. Adorable. You were being adorable. She said she was being adorable. Very fancy angle that ship's flying at. I do like all that debris. Like it even looks good in 2D. It looks great in VR. Right now I'm also slightly haxing because the hydroponics generates food regardless of... It should use up workers and it should use up water. I mean, water doesn't exist in the game and it doesn't use up workers. And when it did use up workers, then I would be asking in the chat, can someone please deliver some workers? I'm running low on food. And that's when it ceases to be willy-nilly, oh, I'll just go here. You'll ask the ATC, where are there a bunch of workers for the hydroponics? And you'll head over there and then do that. So it'll become a lot bit more of a directed gameplay rather than the current very random Transport Tycoon, go anywhere, get delivered for taking something anywhere you wanted. Something only just is complete, like everywhere's arrows, loading, unloading, loading zone. I like to say loading, I should say unloading zone really. With the quality of those shadows. I want crisp and clear shadows, and lots of people just seem to say, oh, the shadows are fine. It's like, they're really not, are they? There are a lot of things, and fine is not one of them. Leave the game. Quit the server. Right, let's have a look at... So that's fine. That increments the local one. Problem is... Make some patch notes here. Reduced level requirements for the transporter, collector, tugboat, and bus. So yeah, it's just that I want to make sure you unlock things in an interesting way. Okay, so that's that done. Now, how do I... update? I don't think I know how fast the ship is going, unfortunately. So, so this is the player data, so see, I don't know how fast this ship is going. I just don't. What I can probably do though is the flight AI, it does know how fast it's going. And okay, so I can now pass that back. I can't remember. I think network AI is... set as remote. Okay, so set as remote means it's got a some sort of controller. Set it as remote when in remote fleet manager. That has a new owner. Okay, so that definitely is a network player, and not necessarily. Okay, so if it's got an RPG ship, I'm 99% sure the other thing is true as well. Fixed update. If this means it's gone. War and no. How do I do that? Oh, hold on. That's not right. That's how far we've travelled in that vehicle. It's not the same as distance travelled. Oh, haha. So that is updated as part of that. This will increment clients. So on the server for the local ship was in flight A. Skip since travelled local player AI. So one mistake I made with the architecture of this game is I did not airlock client and server. So quite often I just went, oh, I've got the data there. Which sometimes the client and the server both end up looking at the same data, which is usually okay until the thing you're doing is incrementing. Because then both of them will increment it. Whoops. So, should be alright. What I want to do here is Deploy distance travel. Oh, this so. Oh no, this is still afloat, isn't it? Yeah, I don't need to do that because I'm already calculating this. The only reason I'm doing it for the player is so I can. Yes, I don't really need to do that. All I need to do then is RPG ship travel plus equals velocity. I don't need to be clever, I can just think about it because this isn't a big number. Oh. Okay. Okay, so servers should now calculate chips. Right, well, that was right. What was the other one? It was Syntrical was oh yeah, right, refueling. So I did implement a refueling rate. I just set it to 2 4. Then I didn't call. Oh, but ships can now refuel again. I was using the loading rate, which is fine for some ships. Cargo ship, not. It should have just popped up lots of. It probably did on the server. Yeah. Cargo van. Oh, it should have loaded up. Oh, there wasn't enough fuel. Yeah, okay, so that. Bugger. That's a server. Can't do much about that. But I'm getting the end of my day. It's been a long day. But as I said, I do really like this game. I really like being in this game. I really like playing this game. If I can just get the word out to people, hopefully other people also will like playing this game. Never know. But I shall stop it there. Got the server down. Hasn't been any major issues tonight, or at least not ones I've already fixed. It's good. Not sure when the next playtest is, but I need to start getting some more people on it. There aren't enough. Like, I need half a dozen players, and preferably different players of different sort of skill levels. So I need to start organising those a little bit more. I need to also update the Patreon page. So yeah, if you've watched this far, whoever you are, I mean, let me know. Say something. Cheers for watching. Obviously, you're watching back later on in the future when this is the biggest selling game of all time. And keep on trucking.